Ooh la la.
The doctor will see you now. Welcome to HeartBeat TV with me, Zia, and my co-host, the ever sexy Miss Monroe. Thanks for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how you really feel.
ReGeNeRoN. ReGeNeRoN.
It's all we heard talk of earlier this month. Ever since Trump announced his illness from the Cora, the Rona, the C-19, as I've heard mentioned in these YouTube streets, but I'll call it the CV-19, to coin a phrase of my own. And no, I'm not a doctor. Don't play one on TV. But I am here to talk about trending topics as they relate to the medical industry specifically. So, let's check the heartbeat and flow. I did a video earlier this year for St. Patrick's Day and what it used to be like. I also mentioned ReGeNeRoN and their Barron's Magazine interview. So I was pretty excited to see CNN's Jake Tapper interview Rick Bright, where he mentioned what I mentioned in my video. Yeah, I was feeling myself off that one too. One giant leap for HeartBeat TV. But I digress.
Rapidly start developing monoclonal antibodies for this coronavirus. It's a proven platform. It's worked for Ebola. They were working on it for
And here is the ReGeNeRoN excerpt. It's not much, but it is to me. ReGeNeRoN Pharmaceuticals, innovative biotechnology, big pharma. And if you think that's a colloquial hyperbole, it isn't. Their stock trade at close to $500. And since their latest announcement, they're trading at close to $600 per stock. Annual revenues reported $6.7 billion. In an interview with Barron's Magazine, ReGeNeRoN stated, "It's close to coming up with a cure for human testing by summer, using the same approach it did to find a cure for Ebola." And what is the purpose of this Trump ReGeNeRoN entanglement video, Zia? Well, glad you asked. Let's do like MJ and moonwalk all the way back to October 3rd, when Trump first announced his illness from the C-19, the CV-19, the Cora, the Rona. October 5th, Trump received ReGeNeRon's cocktail drug, which consisted of monoclonal antibodies. These are antibodies grown in a lab as opposed to grown in a human where they're naturally made. And I have a quote from the New York Times where they stated Trump received the kitchen sink treatment, unquote. But it's unlikely you or I will get that kitchen sink treatment because initially there will only be enough doses for 50,000 patients, not hundreds of thousands, as Trump promised. And how do you know this, Zia? Well, it's what ReGeNeRoN stated when they submitted their application for emergency approval. But we'll get to that in a moment. Now, after Trump tweeted he was on his way home because he was cured and it was a blessing from God, well, ReGeNeRoN stock shot up from $564 to over $600 per stock. And that was after hours trading. Now, ReGeNeRoN has been on my radar for quite a while, since I started researching for St. Patrick's Day video. No, I could not afford to purchase their stock, and yes, I wished I had, because I'd be $1 million richer. Just like one ReGeNeRoN board member and one ReGeNeRoN executive who sold off $1 million worth of, you got it, ReGeNeRoN stock. Things started looking up so much for ReGeNeRoN, they submitted an application to the FDA for emergency approval of their cocktail drug. Now, this means the application will be fast-tracked and the approval process shortened from 10 months to 6 months. And how does Trump benefit from this ReGeNeRoN entanglement? Well, I'll tell you. According to the U.S. Government Office of Ethics, Trump recently owned shares of, wait for it, ReGeNeRoN. They were listed on his 2017 filings. Also, according to the New York Times, Trump's financial documents revealed that 3 of the president's family trusts were held in investments in pharmaceutical giant Sanofi. What does Sanofi have to do with this entanglement? Well, Sanofi was a major shareholder in, come on, we did this before, say it with me, ReGeNeRoN, until May 2020. Allow me to soften the biased tone of my video just a bit. Although ReGeNeRoN and Sanofi are in bed together, so to speak, ReGeNeRoN is taking the lead on the cure for CV-19. So, prayerfully, we'll have a cure soon. Also happened in October. It was such a busy month for ReGeNeRoN. They were the first pharmaceutical giant to be approved for their cocktail by the FDA for a cure for Ebola. Perhaps we'll have the cure sooner than expected.